This is La Meridiana. It's a former farmhouse that has been rebuilt by Pietro Maddalena.
Pietro has a passion about beauty. So around this focus he has built the school, and this big passion and this big capability just shows everywhere. In the facilities, in the surroundings, in the program and in the setup of the school.
Students stay here for a workshop of any length, 1 week or 2 weeks, or for our intensive workshops of 2 months or 3 months. While here they're taken care of, the tools in the studio are provided, and there is also a freshly prepared meal every day.
La Meridiana is located in the heart of Tuscany. It's just in between Florence and Siena. So it's a marvelous countryside, beautiful hills, a lot of inspiration that comes from the beauty of the place. I think La Meridiana is unique, truly unique, for a variety of reasons. It's a small school, but the quality of teaching is very high because that's the standard we set, and that's always been a concern. And over the many years that La Meridiana has been operating, it's now already 38 years, so many people have come through La Meridiana. And they all belong to a clay community, and it's a very alive clay community. And I think that's a big part of the enjoyment when coming to La Meridiana. Meet like-minded potters or ceramicists from all over the world, because truly we've had students from all continents. And it's just amazing to see how much friendship and bonding happens during each workshop. So that makes the whole experience very, very precious. Besides that, the place is wonderful. It's in Tuscany. What else could you wish for? It's a very, very beautiful spot, and Pietro Maddalena, who is not only the founder but also the builder, who actually with his own hands built La Meridiana, he's put so much effort and so much love into making this place an inspiring place. So coming here will help you to settle down, to focus totally on ceramics, to find lots of inspiration, and to make all this a truly unique experience. Our courses are taught by many different instructors. We have some local Italian instructors, but many of our instructors actually come from abroad. They may be European or American, Australian, from South Africa, because we're very interested to bring in the best artists for each technique. And even if they come from various countries, they all speak English, so the courses are taught in English. And for students who are not fluent in English, we provide some translation during the demonstrations and the explanations of the artists. When you come to La Meridiana, you'll find an open door, and it leads you straight to the main building, which is a former farmhouse. And it contains a main studio space. This is La Meridiana's main studio. It's a former wine storage room, so it's nice and cool in the summer, and it may be heated well in the winter. It may accommodate hand-building classes, or drawing classes, or sculpture classes, and there are 14 spots. For each student there's a spot, and classes generally are of 10 to 14 people. And you will also find minor studio spaces, smaller spaces that are in the garden. We are in the gardens of La Meridiana, and down here where we have the pond, you reach also the nature studio. It's one of the studios that people love best. It's so conducive to concentration, staying down here in the midst of the wonderful oak trees. And this studio can be used by groups who want to set up a symposium, meaning that they come as a group, they work together, and they plan their stay to their liking.
So that's a more independent way to use the studio. Sometimes we have instructors, they want to come and bring their students, and they come as a group. So there's a variety of ways the studio can be rented from La Meridiana. Students love to come down here in the garden and relax or observe for inspiration.
And then we have a secondary studio.
Many of our most popular courses are throwing courses. They are often taught by Franco Rampi, who is working here on the wheel, and by John Kolbeck, and also other instructors. The big demand has brought to a new program that are our intensive courses. They're called On Center. So there's a 2 months long and a 3 months long course that are taking place in the winter time. They're very focused on throwing skills and on glazing and clay bodies. These courses are very popular, but there's only limited spots available. It's 8 students at a time and 2 instructors.
All of the spaces do have access to our equipment, which includes various types of kilns.
Here is our kiln area. We do have several gas-firing kilns over here because most of our courses pieces get fired in the gas kilns. This allows us to have a wide range of glazes, reduction and oxidation glazes. This is La Meridiana's glaze library. A big amount of time and research has gone into this, and we have tiles for all kinds of glazes with different slips underneath for low fire and high fire clays. Most of the clays at La Meridiana we buy, the low fire clays are bought locally, but the high fire clays are bought mostly in England. We do have, however, our own recipe for throwing clays, a white one and a dark one, and we do make our own glazes from scratch. And then this is a raku kiln, a test kiln, and over here is a soda firing kiln. And the soda firing kiln has been built by Pietro to fire really fast. There are 6 burners, 3 on this side and another 3 on the other side. So this kiln fires very fast, but it's big, so it cools quite slowly. Here we are at the La Meridiana wood firing kiln. It's a Noborigama cross draft, and it's been built by Pietro with a design by John Kolbeck. Among several other kilns, there's also a pizza kiln at La Meridiana, where we can organize a party and have a final evening with pizza. This is La Meridiana Sunset Terrace, the perfect spot for coffee breaks and for some nice aperitifs with a spritz or some other drink. Here is La Meridiana's kitchen and staff. Every day they prepare a full Tuscan lunch, freshly prepared for our students. Here we are in the gallery of La Meridiana. There's work by Pietro Maddalena. It's mostly functional work, but also some decorative pieces. And then there's work by instructors who have come to teach at La Meridiana. So many of our instructors are quite international because we like to offer a variety of courses that cover all the wide spectrum of ceramic making. And we love that it is very good artists and very good instructors to come here to La Meridiana and to teach to an international audience.
La Meridiana has a year-long program. It's a variety of workshops because we cover all kinds of techniques, and we have artists come in and teach the various courses. So for sculpture courses we have sculptors, for throwing courses and decoration or hand building we always bring in instructors and artists that are specialized in that practice. So you may sign up to a course of your preference, and these courses typically last 1 or sometimes 2 weeks. The 1-week courses are dedicated completely to ceramics, so you'll be in the studio from morning to evening, except for our wonderful lunch, of course. And if it's a little longer course, like a 2-week course, then there will be some side trips to the art towns, to the beauty shop of the surroundings. We might visit a museum, or we might go to a wine tasting, or visit a local potter, or all of this. Then we also have an offer in our program that's taking place during the winter. It's 2 and 3 months long intensive courses. Now these courses are dedicated exclusively to throwing and making in the range of high temperature. So you'll learn about throwing, about glazing, about clay bodies. These courses are very focused and very intensive. There's only 8 students at a time, and there's 2 instructors. So who is interested in that program is asked to send an application. Our students live in houses that are very close to the main studios. It's a short walk, 5 or 10 minutes maximum, to the houses, which are former Tuscan farmhouses. So the lodgings are of simple standard. This is one of our lodgings for the students. It's an apartment that has 5 bedrooms. It has shared bathrooms and a shared kitchen. So students may prepare their own breakfast and their own dinner every day. At the very beginning of the workshop, we go to a shopping trip to nearby Certaldo, and at the local supermarket, the students can buy fresh products so that they can prepare meals that they usually like to share and eat together, either inside or on the table outside. For people who are independent, there's also the opportunity to use our residency space. And it's right next to the main facilities. And here is our new residency space. So it has a little kitchen space for being totally independent during your stay. You can cook, and it has living quarters right over here, a generous bedroom. If you'd like to bring a partner, you can bring also a friend or a partner, and they can relax and stay, or you be by yourselves. Then there's a bathroom, and it also has a washing machine. But the best part is the studio space, which is right here. A small studio. It's all self-contained, so it contains a wheel, a table, some water, a vegging table, shelves, and people can work here independently. They will have access to all of the equipment at La Meridiana, including the kilns and the materials, the clays, the stains, and whatever is needed for the project that the artist elects to work on during the stay. People can stay here, and they can take advantage of the shopping trips that are offered through La Meridiana, so they don't actually need to rent a car. But sometimes it's good to have a car for a few days just to venture out, if that is part of the studies the artist wants to do. Because very close here there's Siena, Florence, Volterra, so there's a lot to see that brings a lot of inspiration. The main studios of La Meridiana are very close, so there's both focused time to work independently and quietly, but also some people around if you like to share a meal or have some coffee with our students or clay artists, then that's just 2 steps away. And this residency place is open for everybody. Again, you have to send in a proposal of what you would like to do, and typically a residence may last 3 weeks or longer. So La Meridiana is collaborating with a variety of universities coming from the US, and they offer a study abroad project for their students. So in that case, additionally to the hands-on working in the studio, there's also a lot of touring and art history. Same thing with some ceramic groups like ICANN and others in Italy. They do a lot of touring, they visit artist studios, but when they come to La Meridiana, they do a hands-on portion. Our English-speaking staff is helpful in arranging your travels. So before coming, you'll have a number of email exchange and you can ask questions, and we'll do our best to accommodate any of your requests. So people who come to La Meridiana should fly either to Pisa Airport or to Florence Airport. Both of these airports are served by European hubs. So typically you might fly through Frankfurt or through London or Paris, but you will arrive straight away either in Florence or Pisa. From both of these airports, which by the way are very small and easy to navigate, you may easily reach the little town of Certaldo by taking a train from the main station of Florence or from Pisa. On our website there's a tutorial, and then once you get to Certaldo, the little town here in the countryside, we'll pick you up at the train station with our shuttle and bring you to the school, to La Meridiana. When we go on field trips as well, we do use our own shuttle buses. So students do not really need to have their own car while they are here. You might also prefer to take a taxi straight from the airport to La Meridiana. This is about 1 hour, a 1 hour ride, so it has a cost of about 100 euros.
People may ship their work home at the end of the workshop. There's also a charity for the pots that people don't want to bring home, but those they want to bring, they can either easily carry them in their hand luggage, or if that is not possible, we help them to arrange shipping through an international shipping company.
You may want to add some additional travel before or after the workshop. You can stay in Florence or Siena, or even here in Certaldo. There's very, very nice hotels. It's very intimate and it's easy to go venture out and discover some more of Tuscany. Tuscany is the cradle of the Renaissance. So the rich historical background of Tuscany is a further reason why this region and this area is so special for artists. Tuscany is so welcoming. It's beautiful all year round. It's beautiful in the spring, in the summer, in the fall. There's the famous golden light. In the winter it's a little bit more quiet. So every season has something special. Tuscany offers something to all of your senses. It may be the wine or the food, or the wonderful beauty that you find in the museums and in every little town, the landscape itself. So just come and enjoy, and you will be enriched for a lifetime.